Consider a couple things about our target audience in terms of social media platforms. 72% of internet users today worldwide, according to one poll, are using some form of social media, digital communications platforms. 85% of professional service providers in the financial industry are using some form of social or digital media platforms to communicate or to consume or read news about the financial sector. 89% of media are using blogs today. 65% are using some form of social network. 52% are using microblogs, things like Twitter. So it's clear that our audiences are embracing these technologies in some form or another.
Any individual with a push of a button can have a voice that is as loud as your company. For example, financial bloggers, other tweets can spread your company news or rumors about your company at an alarming rate. But the fact is, unlike traditional media, all this online content has no editorial control. So it is essential for you to make sure that all those conversations happening online, what is being said is true. And by not participating in social media channel, you are actually exposing your company to greater risk. So I think on a base level, you have to do all those online monitoring to make sure that what is being said about your company is factually true. And then to further reduce the risk to your company, you have to make use of social media channel to communicate with your stakeholders.
Acknowledging this trend, many major companies are beginning to embrace digital and social media platforms. Just to name a few of the biggest brand names in the world on the Fortune 100 list, BASF, the large chemical company, uses Twitter actively to promote their earnings announcements. Dell Computers, the largest personal computer maker in the world, has been embracing social media not only to engage consumers, but increasingly more so to drive more information about their investor relations. Another great example is Cisco, and there's many, many more. So it's clear that the trend is happening.
Well, I won't say there is a direct relation to stock price. Social media, like traditional media, is just a channel to convey the messages of the corporation. The content is more important. It will definitely help improve the transparency of a company if it uses social media, which in the long run will have a positive impact on its corporate image. For listed companies, we need to comply with the rules and regulations about information disclosure. For social media, as it's more informal and sometimes it requires timely response to the audience, so we have to pay extra attention not to leak any price-sensitive information there. Well, it can be written by the staff of the company or suggested by PR consultants, but the content has to be approved by the senior management of the company because it represents their views. I would also suggest the company secretary or the legal department to go through it to make sure that it complies with the disclosure rules.
What is the end goal and objective for communicating to your investors? It's really to tell a compelling story about your company so you can drive more investment, you can drive more awareness about your company's story. So when approaching it, it's really taking that into consideration, the content that you're putting out there and how you're telling your story through a multitude of channels.
The way that we think of digital communications is sometimes more complicated than it actually is. There are 3 things that make companies really successful in using social media as a digital communication channels for investor relations. 3 things. One is technical. You have to understand how capable the technology can help you to touch base with your stakeholders, but not actually how it works. The other one is trends. That is the major channels that your stakeholder will get information about your company what channel it is. The third thing is communication skills. I think that is what we know best.
I think there's one message I'd leave with. It's really this. I think it's all about how we can create the best and compelling investor story through great content, great information that will really help your organization tell a compelling and complete story about your company, stay in compliance, and most important, inform our shareholders.